Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Mwendabai here. If you're new here, please subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for watching. So you guys, I would really like to thank you for subscribing, commenting on my videos. It's just been so encouraging of late, and I just want to really thank you. And it's the comments, it's the views that keep every YouTuber going, and each time I see that people are interactive, it just gives me a reason to do another video, because I know that there's someone who's out there enjoying the content. So yesterday someone was commenting, we're interacting in the comments, and they mentioned me putting my PO box in the description. I just want to let you guys know that I've put my PO box in the description now. So I've put two of them, one from the UK and the other one from the US. So if you guys would like to send me samples or anything to try out, please do use those addresses in the description. So today's video is one interesting video. I've thought about it over and over again, and I've tried to film a video before like this, but I ended up deleting it. So here we are. So today we're going to talk about the perfumes that I think, in my opinion, are challenging. These are perfumes that I either love or do not love, but generally that I find are challenging. Even if I love it so much, I just feel like it could be a challenge for someone because of one reason or another, and I'm going to get into that. So some of them are the type that I would say maybe I wouldn't even wear, and I'll give you guys a reason. So it's a mixture of perfumes I really love, but understand why people would find them challenging, and the ones that I honestly just find challenging, that I wouldn't even just wear them. So you guys by now know that I love my very strong, my very unique type of fragrances, and recently I've even gone into flowers. So for me to say a perfume is challenging, I would think you guys would really understand, and I see a possibility of you guys seeing why that particular perfume would be challenging. So before I continue rambling on, let's get right into it. So the first perfume that I'm going to talk about is one that I did a full review of but ended up deleting because the quality of the picture, like the video quality, was just not working, and that perfume is Creed Aventus. So I'm going to put a picture there. I have just a little sample here. This is Aventus for him, and my thoughts on this one. Actually, this one shocked me just a little bit. I'm spraying it on my hands because I feel like on paper it gives a very different vibe. So this perfume, my friend sent this sample to me, and she wanted to hear my opinions on it. And initially, it's a good thing she sent this to me because I was so intrigued by the reviews about Creed Aventus for her and the dupe, which is L'Aventure by Al Haramain. Yeah, my thoughts on this have not changed. So she also mentioned that Aventus for her and Aventus for him are not very different. And of late, I've been seeing that a lot of people have been decluttering L'Aventure, and I personally understand. It is on one of Veronica Says' videos where she was talking about it. I've forgotten. I think she may have talked about the bottle. She was talking about the bottle, and then I mentioned that I actually wanted to get it. When the sample just came with all other fragrances and samples, I tried it on, but then it's that sort of thing where you have been spraying a lot of perfumes, like, you know, you're so excited to have received a lot of perfumes, so I really didn't pay much attention to it. But later on one of those weekends when you're just like, oh, okay, let me try out different samples, I tried this one out and I was shocked. So the reason I was shocked is that initially most people talk about Creed Aventus as this fresh or year-round, very a bit fruity type of perfume, and I know that there have been different reformulations of it, and I don't know which formulation this one is, but this is an actual perfume sample. Let me try to zoom in there. So this is an actual Creed sample. Yeah, so I sprayed it on my skin, and then what I got is, keep in mind it's considered fruity, woody. I think it's got some freshness to it, apparently. Yeah, so when I just spray it on my skin, what I get is a lot of greenness. Like, it's like the first thing that comes out is a lot of patchouli. Like, it's like my skin just amplifies patchouli so much in this particular fragrance. Patchouli, once you know how patchouli smells, you can never unsmell it. It's like very earthy, very green, very unique to itself. It's like this leaf, like literally like a leaf that just has this very distinct smell to it. So the minute I sprayed on my skin, very green. Then some suede comes in, a leathery thing comes in, and then the dry down is very woody. So that really shocked me because I was expecting some sweetness, some fruitiness, some freshness. I was expecting a perfume that a man would wear in summer, and the fact that this is a perfume that is very similar to the For Her version, and also La Venture, which I had been hunting down for a long time. I really just I was surprised. So you guys, let me know in the comments, what do you think about Creed? Is it just my nose? This is actually like the 4th time I'm putting this on my skin, and even right now it's still very green, very woody, very leathery. Nothing fresh. I was hoping to get a bit of fruitiness as well, but there's really just nothing. A friend sprayed it on herself and she was saying I can get freshness. So anyway, that could just be me. So this one is one that I honestly don't think is a very safe blind buy. You should really sample it before you spend the money. Even the La Venture, which I know has been hyped up but is now getting decluttered by a lot of people, be careful. I don't think you can easily find a sample for that one, but if you can get a sample of For Her or for him, please do a sample. And that's where I'll end with this Creed run. Next up, we have a Tom Ford perfume, and that is Tuscan Leather. So I have this 4 ml mini. I hope you guys can see it. It's very full. So Tuscan Leather, I went to Fragrantica. I was trying to understand, like, is it just for men? But it is actually marketed for women and for men, which is very shocking to me because this perfume is very masculine, and this is coming from a person who loves masculine scents, unisex. I really don't think I'm a person who just sticks to very feminine perfumes. I like to think of myself as a unisex perfume lover as well. So this one is very leathery, like raw leather, very woody. And the notes, I actually took time to look at the notes, and I'm going to stick them on the screen for you guys. It's apparently supposed to be floral, a bit fruity, and then leathery and woody in the dry down. But this one, as I think I've seen a few ladies on YouTube talk about them wearing Tuscan leather. This is just so challenging for me to even think about it. Like, even as a man, if I was a man, I think I would struggle just a little bit. This is very woody, very animalic, very leathery. This is seriously hardcore niche perfume lover kind of level. I know Tom Ford does just go all out to make very unique, very very out there perfumes. So this one is one that I don't understand why it's even been marketed for women. If you're a lady who likes Tuscan leather, maybe try to make me understand. Yeah, so this one is one that I intend to give to a guy, one of my guy friends maybe who likes perfume so much, because I simply cannot understand this perfume. So that's the second one, Tuscan leather. Next up, we have a perfume that was in my collection and I still intend to repurchase, and that's Armani Code for Women. So that particular perfume, why I think it would be a challenge to other women is that it's very, very floral and orange blossom heavy. So if you are not a floral lover, you are not into orange blossom, I think I see why that would be very challenging. It comes off very sensual, very sexy because of that orange blossom and the honeysuckle, but it can be challenging for people. So it's for the body. It's like for that girl who really has this character and doesn't care whether people think she's overly sexual. And that's why I really think that perfume is strictly for orange blossom lovers, floral perfume lovers. Those perfumes, I see how it can come off very sexy and classy at the same time. Like if you are that corporate girl, that corporate baddie, you can still pull it off. But in my opinion, for the general perfume, like general person who like just wants a people-pleasing perfume, that one would be a bit challenging. So that's Armani Code for Women, and it's discontinued. Next up, we have my very loved Marc Jacobs Decadence. So you guys know I really love this perfume, and in my recent video top 12 perfumes, I actually wanted to add this one, but the thing is this one is discontinued as well. I know Florabotanica is also discontinued, but this one, okay, I love this one. And if you saw my other video, you probably know that last year's video, you know this one was in there. So this one comes off very green, very sweet. It has a plum note and it has vetiver. So imagine greenness with a lot of sweetness, and it comes off a bit masculine. So it's very, it can be challenging for a lot of people. I've actually gotten a very bad comment on this one because it can really fill up a room. It can take up so much space. Like it is one that I mostly wear in winter, because when you wear it, just a few sprays, like 4 sprays, and it would just take over. So very sweet, and other people find it a bit masculine, which I don't understand. Like this is really just an amazing perfume, but I still see how it can be challenging. So other people say it smells like pickles. To me, it also smells like undiluted orange juice. Not orange juice, I mean undiluted grape juice. That is or plum juice, just juice that is excessively sweet, and you add a bit of woodiness to it. It's also a bit woody, and it has vetiver. So I feel like most very feminine women would really struggle with this one because of that reason. So amazing, it's a masterpiece. I really wish Marc Jacobs never discontinued this one, but yeah, I see if you're a person who doesn't really like decadence, I'm here to tell you that I understand. It can be a lot. My mom once said it smells medicinal to her, so yeah, I see how that can come off because of the greenness, the sweetness, the syrupy thing going on. So that's Marc Jacobs Decadence. Next up, we have La Petite Robe Noir Intense. So this one, I really thought I would love it because I am a fruity perfume lover, and this one just very challenging. It's got so many berries. I think it's blueberry that I'm struggling with in this perfume. It's got this nice bluish color, and it also comes, it smells blue. I don't know how I can explain it, but it just does smell blue. It's similar to Decadence in the sense that, not really like smelling alike. It's similar in the sense that it's very excessively sweet, very fruity, and then there's just this note in there that just I find annoying, and I am convinced it's blueberry. It's a nice perfume, but I really see how it can be hard to wear. It's got this annoying thing to it, and I've been trying, guys. I've read everything I could possibly read on this one, trying to figure out what note is in here that I particularly just do not get along with. So that's La Petite Robe Noir Intense. Next up, we have our dear own Roses Vanille, which I have been wearing a lot. I really have. And this is an acquired scent. Like, it's a perfume that you really just have to, don't dismiss it on first spray. Give it time. And I feel like the longer it stays, because even the color of the juice has been getting even darker. Like, look, it looks even darker. The first time I got it, the color was looking a bit yellowish. And when I just first got it, I wasn't getting the sugar notes as much. What I was getting was a bit of vanilla, and it also smells a bit different on paper to me. I wasn't getting much of the rose. So this one, the longer you have it, I feel like it just becomes more sugary, sweeter. It becomes even bolder than it was initially, and it's not easy to love because of that metallic thing. It really does have a metallic note to it. Some synthetic thing going on, which I feel makes it very difficult for people who have like very easy noses, like to smell simple and nice. I see how that can be a bit hard for someone, and I understand. And this is a big bottle, but it's nice. I have grown to love it. It's very sugary sweet, very strong. Sometimes I layer it with my Versace Eros EDT and it just works. So, and at times I just wear it on its own. So this is another one that I think a lot of people struggle with. There are so many mixed reviews on this one. So if you have this one or have smelled this one and didn't like it so much, the one I can recommend is Gentle Fluidity Gold, because it's like Roses Vanille without all the things that make this one hard to love. So yeah, Roses Vanille. Next up, we have Roberto Cavalli, Nero, Assoluto. So this one is very similar to the Roberto Cavalli signature. So yeah, very similar DNA, except this one doesn't really have orange blossom, which is very heavy in that one and can induce a headache. So I'm talking about these fragrances together, because if you struggle with that one, this one might be more digestible to you. It might be easy to like. So if you're struggling with this, do not even try the original. And that perfume is very nice, very sophisticated, very grown. But the thing is, it is also too much. Like, it just comes off very white floral forward, the orange blossom. Now this one, same DNA. It's got this it's got this a bit of darkness to it, but the florals are very heavy as well. So I really can't figure out what exactly. I do not really I like it, but I see how it can be hard for someone else to like. So until I figure it out, I'll just tell you guys that this can be a challenging perfume, and the other one the one that the original is very challenging. I've seen a lot of people struggle with that perfume. It's a very good chippy, and you really have to like your white florals. And the fact that that one and this one share the same DNA, I think it's the same thing. They really have this thing about them that is very hard to easily like. Next up, we have Eccentric 04. So this one, is a tiny bottle. This is a 30 ml bottle, and I have put in so much effort to wear this perfume. This is pure sandalwood, like really just sandalwood. I'm here to tell you that if you do not like just sandalwood on its own, do not buy this perfume. You'll struggle. It's a very expensive perfume, and I haven't tried Eccentric 01. Most people say good things about that one, that is like Julian has a gun, not a perfume, or it's like Baccarat Rouge in the sense that you can smell it, then you don't. But this one is strictly sandalwood, so if you struggle with woody perfumes, don't try it. I feel like even a man might struggle with this one. Yeah, so that's all I'm going to say about this one. Very challenging to wear. I tried to layer it with Fancy by Jessica Simpson because that one is very sweet. So to tone down the sweetness a bit, I tried to layer it with this one. But if you just don't intend to use it as a layering thing, you might struggle. But yeah, it works. It works as a layering perfume. So Eccentric 04. I hate to say it, but Florabotanica can also be a challenging perfume to people, not to me. So it can be challenging to people, not to me. So why I feel like people struggle with this one is the greenness of it all. It's very green. It's got mint, yet it's also like fresh rose, very floral. The flora in here is actually it deserves to be called Florabotanica. Very fresh floral green perfume. So the cannabis note, let's talk about it. A lot of people have been saying it doesn't come out, it's not there. I will not come here and lie to you guys. I smell the cannabis in the dry down. And I only smell the cannabis when it's on my skin. So I understand that other people might not get the cannabis note because our skins are different and blah, blah, blah. But on me, and actually, even I was watching Shanna J's review where she hoarded this perfume. And I love how she described it. That is really how Florabotanica is. In the on skin, in the dry down, the cannabis note just does come out. Like it's not a cannabis as in someone is smelling smoking cannabis, but the raw cannabis, like the leaf, the actual leaf. In the heat, that cannabis note becomes very amplified. So for me, I don't really mind the greenness. I don't mind the flowers. I love this. And even when the cannabis note comes out to play, I own it. So that's Florabotanica by Balenciaga. At this point, I think someone is actually looking at me and wondering, why do you even have a YouTube channel when you have so many fragrances that can be so challenging? But guys, I really feel like there's a demographic out there for people who love strong perfumes, who want to smell a bit unique. And this is why we're here. So next up we have Elizabeth and James Nirvana Amethyst. This is a love. This is one that I just cannot live without, but I'll live without it at some point because it's disappearing off the web. So this is cedar, tobacco, honeysuckle. So the thing is, if you don't like how a cigar smells and you don't want to have anything to do with how tobacco smells, stay away from this one. Like really, just do not. It's really what the notes say. It's really what the notes say. So if you can't appreciate a nice cigar smell, this one will be challenging. And I will advise you not to just try it. And that's all I'll say about this one. So Nirvana Amethyst by Elizabeth and James. Next we have C Le Parfum. Obviously you guys know this one was in my project pan, just like the other one. I'm trying to get over, like, use it and move on. This C Le Parfum, I feel like even with the regular C range, so I'm going to put it as in C in the C range, except C Fiori, which I haven't really tried in the latest C versions, but I'll just say this C Le Parfum, C Necre edition and the original C can be a bit challenging. They've got a very prominent wine note. And the alcohol in here is very alcoholic, like it just smells like actual alcohol. Comes off very sexy, very nice and boozy. So if you really just don't like the smell of nice wine or a boozy smell, this could be challenging, let's be honest. I know a lot of people really hype up C and make it come off like a very people-pleasing perfume, but to be honest, it's not. It's really not. So that's C Le Parfum by Giorgio Armani. So with smelling like a niche perfume comes challenges, because most niche perfumes are very artistic, very unique. You really have to appreciate where the artist is coming from, the perfumer is coming from, and this perfume smells like a niche perfume, which can be challenging for most people, and that is Stash by Sarah Jessica Parker. So this one is very woody, incensey, and I have mentioned before, like at times it smells like a very good smelling man after a work day. It's got like a bit of, imagine someone who smells very good and is very rich and sophisticated and has all this expensive cologne, wears this expensive cologne, but then they've gone for work and then they're coming back. Obviously they still smell nice, but there's just that little bit of element of like body odor, like a bit of sweat. I know I'm not making it sound so good, but yeah, that's what I get from Stash. It's very unique. I would enjoy smelling this on a man and even a woman. Like, you just have to own up the sexiness when you wear this, because it's not the easiest perfume to love. So that's Stash by Sarah Jessica Parker. Next up we have a Versace Crystal Noir EDP as well. Put it in there. So most people have struggled with this perfume, and as much as I love it, I see why, because it can be very spicy, and then what makes it's also very cold and very mysterious and dark. So as much as it is very unique, it can be a bit hard on the nose for some people. So I've heard someone say it smells like a vampire on the beach, which makes sense. And other people have actually been saying it smells like a wet cat. My friend actually said it smells like a wet cat. So I understand, and that is why I think this one should be sampled if you can sample it, or buy the tiniest bottle before you discover whether you really love it or not. So that's Crystal Noir, very sexy, very nice, but it can be also challenging. So the most challenging perfume in the Girl of Now range, and you guys know the original Girl of Now can be challenging because it's very sweet, very almond heavy, very, very extra. That's what I'll say. But one that I think in that range is very challenging, and initially it had so much hype, but I saw then later on I saw a lot of people just decluttering and the hype has died down, and that is Girl of Now Shine. So this one is more nutty. I feel like it's very nutty. You get the original Girl of Now and remove that extra sweetness, and you really just have this. Other people say there's a pineapple note, which I barely get. I don't get. Oh, it's there. just a little bit, just a little bit. But this is extra nutty. So if you don't like pistachio, you don't like very almond heavy perfumes, you don't like nutty perfumes, you don't want to smell like a nut, don't try this. Like, let's be honest. But I really like it. I really like it. And what made me open this perfume bottle up, I sell perfumes and I really just wanted to have this because it just reminds me of the original. It reminds me of the original more than Girl of Now Forever does. So if you like the nuttiness of the original or you want to smell like a sweet nut, then do try Girl of Now Shine. Next up, we have Le Parfum by Elie Saab. You guys know I've spoken about this too much, so I won't waste your time. So what really is a bit challenging about this one is very white floral forward. It's very orange blossom heavy. So if you don't like that note, I think you might struggle with this one. It's very elegant, very classy, very grown. So if you like a nice sweet perfume, you might not find this one very pleasing. It's strictly for the floral lovers. I've said this over and over again, and that's where I'm going to end. Next up, we have a sweet pastry in Paris. So you guys know I'm not the biggest gourmand lover, but I appreciate this one in extreme cold weather because there it becomes tolerable to me. So this one is supposed to be a dupe of Lyra, but I've sampled Lyra before. I feel like this one is rougher, this one is more screechy. Lyra is more smooth, it's more easy to like, it's also more reserved. I feel like this one is very loud, screechy, more lemon heavy. It's got a very prominent lemon note. Yeah, and it's got also this thing like a cookie that is not very a powdery cookie. That's what I get as well. So if you really don't like something that is extremely gourmand, extremely lemony, and also very forward sweet, then don't try this one. So yeah, I don't mean to discourage you, and this one has become so expensive of late, so I reserve this one for strictly winter, and now we're about to get out of winter in Zambia, so this one will be packed away for the next winter. I feel like Pink Sugar is one of the most reviewed perfumes on YouTube. This one, amazing. I love it. Cotton candy, straight up cotton candy. It has other notes, but to be honest, the same way you smell cotton candy, other people call it cotton floss. That's what this one smells like. Except it also has this sort of synthetic thing to it because it's not actual cotton candy. So I love it. I love it. It's sugary, vanilla-y cotton candy, and this is not the easiest perfume to love. It's got people who hate it and people who love it. So it really has extremes. It's either you love it so much or you hate it so much. So that's Pink Sugar by Aquolina. I haven't spoken so much about my Agent Provocateur perfume, but this one is, you know, where something is too sensual, you can't wear it anywhere. That's this perfume, and I see why people would struggle with it. It's got this lemon, it's a lotion-like thing to it, but it smells like a woman who's just had her bath, applied her lotion, not very fancy by the way, just regular lotion, and then she's in her lingerie. This company makes lingerie, and I see how the creativity in them coming up with such a perfume. It's supposed to be there, very sensual, very seductive. So if you're going to buy a very big bottle of this one, you might struggle. So I'm going to end there for today. Thank you for hearing me talk about all these perfumes that I think could be challenging and why they could be challenging. If you guys like this video and would like to see more of them, please let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching.